Hi, in this video we are going to talk about the test cases, the base class and iTest listener. So I have tried to create a modular base class. I'm going to talk about this little bit later. Let's start from the test cases. Base class. Okay, base class I'm going to click. First one is before test. Let me close unnecessary tabs. Base class, so obviously it is going to say before test, going to open my configuration file, access my configuration file, check that what is the browser name, open that one. It's going to check what is my page timeout and implicit timeout, give a logger message in debug, driver.man.maximize it, we get a message.debug obviously. Next, then we will move to add customer test. Add customer test. Okay, description that we have provided over here, as simple as that. But the test case is doing that it is clicking here, just clicking. It will click over here, click on this first button. First of all, it is going to check the visibility of this button, check the page title. I have given it incorrectly over here, I can change it, but while we are doing some sort of testing, I need to showcase it. Let's 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 change it to something correct. Then then it's going to check the visible presence of element. Add customer, add customer button, and then we are going to click on this one. Let's see how everything is working in the backend. Click. Let's check this one because it is easier to tell, because I will tell about this later on. Click. uh, I have created a subclass. In the subclass, we are going to type deep into it. Driver dot find element locator dot locator key dot click. What is doing that? It is sending these three variables: key, click, and null. Just go to a locator. It is providing returning data in as a high class. We are getting key. I have already told you what is key. Let's refresh your memory, and I will go to resources, properties. This one, this is key. Yeah, click this one or click this one. Yeah, key. And the action, but the action needs to be done. I had given the action as click over here, click, and the data. So when we are clicking on anything, we do not provide any data, we just provide data when we are using type. That's one of the example. But it's going to do that. It is, first of all, it is going to check that does it have any css, xpath, id, link, something like that in the postfix. It will say okay, I have css. Then it will create it a web element and come right over here. This is not doing anything. This is a check that I have used. So this is additional check that I'm doing. This is going to return ele, which is obviously a reference variable of by class. In case in case it is not present, in case the web element is not present on the page, then this is going to give me an error and we are going to face exception, and the task is going to fail. But right now everything is passing. But we are going to do that. It is going to provide me a reference variable of by class, type dot find element, then there is a reference variable dot click, as simple as that. Then pass message. Your execution will reach on pass message only when obviously your previous step has passed. So in this one, let's check this one. Yeah, key click null 0. Why I have given something like that? Key, obviously key action click data, there is no data which needs to be given on click. Name of the condition, I'm not giving any condition right now, and not giving any wait period because I'm not using any explicit condition. Name condition is null, obviously. Then we will come over here, case is click, then we are going to execute this thing, these statements. In case not, well, it is going to print this message. Next one is click, as it is again similar to what we have done earlier. So by click null, it is just checking that okay, if there is css involved or postfix are correct, if it's present on the element, things like that. Then the next thing it is going to check locator dot condition name. So click null, name of the condition that we have provided earlier, wait period that we have provided earlier, by dot ele, this one, and the key. You might be thinking that I'm using a lot of these conditions, but this is my first attempt in on writing the framework, so I might have messed up a thing or two, but with the proper uh, education in this, I might be able to write a very proper code. So locate to the condition name, it will go over here, say that what is the name of the condition. Name of the condition was visibility of element. This is switch statement, it will going to return this one. This is a WebDriver wait, sorry, this is a web element, it is going to return, yeah, here it is. If you have given a incorrect condition name, then it is obviously going to throw an error that this is a incorrect condition name. You can play around with giving a incorrect condition name, this and that. I have written a code such that my code is able to handle all of these values, incorrect locator name, this and that. In case uh, whatever we have provided over here, web element is not present, then there will be a timeout exception. There will always be a timeout exception. Then it will say that okay, in earlier you have given the action as click, then it will say that locator cannot be clicked because either the locator is not present on the page or your wait condition has timed out. So this is a wholesome statement, and this always work. This one here we are using a assert. It is checking either you are giving hard assert or soft assert. This code I have written in the base class, I have not delegated to my sub class. And one thing I forgot to tell, I have written in my subclass, all of them are default so that they cannot be accessed outside this package. These can be accessed only by this base class. So where was I? Yeah. In base class, I have not delegated all of these tasks, all of these statements to subclass, because well, I could have done, but I have a little bit of shortage of time. So if it says that if hard asset got true, then you will going to get this statement. If not, you are going to get an error message. This is a soft assert. If the soft assert passes, then again this statement. If it fails, logger dot error you are going to get. But here the assert dot fail was the statement in the hard assert. In the soft assert you are going to get this one, logger dot test status dot error. Okay, so that you might have remembered that I keep on telling you about this one, this thing. Yeah, this it has failed over here, so it is just a warning message. Sorry, it is just an error over here. So why, you might be thinking that why I have given assert.fail over here, why not assert.log.fail? When we give assert.fail in iTest listener, there is on test failure. It is going to catch this, catch this. So I think that it is just much better for the on test failure method to catch this and process that information later on. Here there is no such failure. There is just an error message. So I am not using anything like assert.fail, assert.errors. This is element present. Again, is as element present I have used like this. In this scenario I have delegated some of the code in subclass. First of all, it is just going to check that if it's available or not. We have talked about his one. Is element present? I am not using any of the conditions. I'm just writing like this. I'm creating a reference variable of by class, and then I'm using type.find.element, because if this fails, obviously we will get to know that the element was not present on the page. Click I have told. So the same thing is for type, this one, for, and the same thing is for the type where explicit condition is being used. For each and everything it's quite easy. You can just go to the base class and check that how the code is written. Let's move to the last thing, iTest listener. But before that I need to check that I have covered everything. This thing I covered, done. In the next video we will do some execution, but just let me check that iTest listener. I think I have told you what this iTest listener is. Moreover, it's pretty much self-explanatory.